This is the Whipple book that we talked about the other day. This Whipple book is, Chris Whipple, and it's called Uncharted, How Trump Beat Biden, Harris, and the Odds in the Wildest Campaign in History. Well, new nuggets are breaking. Tara Palmieri, who's got her own Substack and podcast now, she's been on the show, she got a copy and released a couple of the nuggets, and so did The Guardian. But hers was a really interesting nugget. And she's apparently in this book, they reveal that George Clooney saw Morning Joe one day, right after his op-ed, and Mika Brzezinski was suggesting that Barack Obama was behind the George Clooney op-ed. That was basically making Clooney seem like Obama's puppet. Yeah. Here's the Mika clip. I'm going to walk you through it. Watch it. Saw 22.
This wasn't George Clooney.
What do you mean?
It just wasn't. Come on.
Who do you think it was? Matt Damon?
It was not Matt Damon.
Who do you think it was?
It wasn't Julia Roberts either.
Who do you think it was? You can say the name. You won't melt. It's not Voldemort. Are you saying you think Barack Obama put him up to this?
I think that Barack Obama has a lot of influence.
Okay. Literally everyone thinks that he put him up to it. I mean, this is like, but here's what is reported. Whipple writes, at 10:05 a.m. after Morning Joe had wrapped that show, one of the show's producers walked into his Manhattan apartment. His phone started buzzing and he answered. The voice was familiar. How the F could you let her link me with Barack Obama saying he made me write the op-ed? It was George Clooney. The producer pushed back. Listen, I didn't do that, he said. You effed me. Only with the real word, Clooney shouted. You're my friend. You should have stood up for me. Oh my God, you little baby, you man-child. Okay, that was me. George, the producer said, this is not an effing movie. There's no script. It's just not a movie where you go script page to script page. F you, replied Clooney. F yourself, said the producer. The exchange of F-bombs lasted about 5 minutes before Clooney hung up. A few minutes later, he called back for another round of cursing and arguing. The actor called a third time just after noon, and the shouting match went on. The producer had had enough. This is a morning talk show on a cable channel, he shouted at Clooney. Nobody gives an F what we say, or if we say he should get out, or if he should stay in. Nobody effing cares. It's skywriting. It's effing gone. George, I told you before, we'll try and take care of it tomorrow morning. I promise you. I don't know whether I trust you, replied Clooney. Well, F you, said the producer. If you don't trust me, stop effing calling me. Okay, we got to spend a minute on how pathetic these characters come across, right? Like, I'm tough and I'm telling George Clooney to F off, but I promise we'll take it back tomorrow. I got you. Please don't hate me, George Clooney.
What I don't understand is why presumably he wants people to know that he's associated with Barack Obama. So maybe the interesting tell here is actually that Obama has declined in relevance. Is that like really the reason that he's angry? It's like, don't tell me that I'm like Obama's patsy. Well, why not? Like that would carry some weight
for a George Clooney
in the previous era, but maybe not as much anymore.
Well, you saw in the recent poll of Democratic frontrunners or leaders, who is the leader of the Democratic Party? Barack Obama only got 4%.
I know, and I really thought it was him until that poll. I think AOC had 10%.
Yeah.
So that's not good for. That's not really good for the Democrats, to be honest.
Well, I can understand why, as a man, you would feel totally emasculated by what is probably the truth, which is you were just the puppet to a more important man's opinions. You know, you may think that you're president. He thinks he's a journalist now because he played one in a movie years ago. He's out there lecturing journalists on how to do journalism and be great at the end of his new Broadway play. Maybe he thinks he's president too, because I guess he doesn't want to be subjugated to Barack Obama, because he was apparently genuinely pissed off. And what's so funny about this is he's worried that Mika Brzezinski's implication on Morning Joe is going to hurt his reputation. Somehow it's like it's going to hurt his street cred with what? The leftists who watch MSNBC. George, I have news for you. We all believe it. She's not alone. We know this is what has happened.
Why does he care? I mean, do you think that maybe he has some kind of political ambition? I think so many of them do. He thinks, there's this wide open space. There is no leader in the Democratic Party. It's going to be me. I'm gonna roll out there. And
Stephen A. Smith says he's going to do it. Maybe.
Yeah,
he says he's not going to do it.
Oprah. It's just like ever since Trump ran, people think, well, anyone can do it. if Trump can do it, anyone can do it. That they never recovered from that original assumption about things, and so now they're still trying to get people to go. I mean, it might be better than what they have now. I don't know.
On the Dem side,
yeah.
So here's the follow up. This Tara Palmieri had on the author Whipple and asked him whether Obama did tell Clooney to write the op-ed, and Whipple has a story about Obama's former chief of staff, Bill Daley, and what he confessed to Whipple about whether Obama was really behind the George Clooney op-ed. Right? Do you follow me?
Mm-hmm.
So this was Obama's former chief of staff speaking to the author of the book, who was on this podcast. And here is how that went.
Did you ever get down to the bottom of whether Obama did, in fact, tell George Clooney to publish that op-ed?
I don't think anybody knows for sure. I asked his chief of staff, his second chief of staff, Bill Daley, what he thought, and Daley said, I said, do you think he gave Clooney a green light? And Daley said, I don't think he would have given him a red light.
Mm-hmm. So he wouldn't have stopped it, is basically what he's saying. Obviously, I mean, that's an implicit admission by the guy, Obama's former chief of staff. Okay, so it just shows how thin-skinned this Hollywood A-lister is. And then this morning show producer who's trying to be like, I told him to F himself. I told him to F off. And then I told him, we'll fix it tomorrow. Please don't be mad at us. Please don't, George Clooney can't be mad at me. Okay. Very chummy relationship, by the way, right? Like, I thought we were friends. Like, I thought I could trust you. Well, you know what? That was your first mistake, because you shouldn't trust cable news producers. They're only there to do one thing: put points on the board, not befriend Hollywood celebrities. Tariff wars, stubborn inflation. No wonder gold's been routinely hitting all-time highs. In volatile markets like the one we have now, don't sit on the sidelines. You can take control and safeguard your savings. That's why so many are turning to Birch Gold Group. They've helped tens of thousands convert an existing IRA or 401k into one in physical gold. It's time for you to hedge against the economic instability with gold. Text MK to 989898. Birch Gold will send you a free, no-obligation info kit. Text MK to 989898. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Countless 5-star reviews. Birch Gold is there for you. MK to 989898 today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.